You may be seated.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning.
This is a case of Pierce versus Covell.
Thank you, Jerome. Good day, everyone. Mr. Pierce,
Yes, Your
you
Honor.
are summoning your ex-fiancée, Ms. Covell, for a paternity test to prove that her one-year-old son, Julian, is not your son.
That is correct, Your Honor.
You claim Ms. Covell deceived you into believing you were the father, and it wasn't until Julian was 6 months old when she finally confessed she had cheated and you may not be the father.
Correct, Your Honor.
Now, you're suing for fraudulent misrepresentation, am I correct?
Correct, Your Honor.
Ms. Covell, you admit that you cheated around the window of conception, but you still say you have no doubt Mr. Pierce is your child's father.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, so Ms. Covell, how do you feel about being dragged into court today?
I'm a little upset. I want to prove that he's the father. I want to show him that I have been telling the truth. I know I made a mistake, but I've been paying for it every single day since I've told him.
So, Mr. Pierce,
Yes,
you
Your Honor.
believe this was truly necessary because you have doubt, am I correct?
Correct, Your Honor. I just, it's happened to me in the past before. And I just have this doubt, and it's killing our family. It's killing the relationship I do have with the kids, and it hurts. It truly hurts.
I can see that it really does. And you have an older child together, and this is destroying your family.
Correct, Your Honor. And it's happened to me before. I mean, going back 10 years ago, I've had the same thing happen to me. I had a lady get pregnant, a young woman get pregnant. I was 18 years old, but she told me at the time that it may not be my child. But I still was a man that stepped up to the plate, went to all the appointments, went to the birthing, and still took care of that kid. And at 6 months old, me and the mother weren't together. We were separated. She wanted child support. 6 months old, they forced me to do a DNA test. I said no, because the child looked exactly like me. As you can see, this child looks nothing like me. And with the other child, like I said, it was a spitting image of me. It came back negative.
And you now feel this history could repeat itself.
Correct, Your Honor.
And
I don't want
destroy
that
your
to happen.
family. You've called off your engagement.
Correct. When I found out, I just had to call it off. I mean, there's no sense in really trying to go for a marriage because it's not true.
How do you feel when you hear Mr. Pierce say these things, Ms. Covell?
It really hurts me. I know I made a mistake at one time. We were both going through an emotional roller coaster at that time period. I made a mistake one time. I understand that my son looks nothing like him, but he looks identical to me when I was a baby.
You don't see no color in that baby.
Take me back. I want to understand how you uncovered and discovered that Ms. Covell was cheating.
Well, around Valentine's Day, around her birthday, we got engaged. I proposed to her. She was pregnant with Julian at the time. And it was after he was born. We were going really good. And I don't know what came over me, but I was just like, we're doing really good right now. We're whatever. If there's anything you got to tell me, let's get it out the air right now. I'm not going to get mad because we're so in a good place right now. It was like, here's your free pass. She told me, that she had cheated on me back, I can't remember the exact month that she cheated on me, and I lost it. I mean, I started crying. I was very upset, and I asked her, I was like, so was it around the same time? Is it possibly his?
And so, Ms. Covell, why did you finally come clean in that moment? Why not say something before?
From day number one, I had been wanting to tell him. My conscience was eating at me. It was killing me, but because we were in such a good place, I didn't want to ruin everything that we had. So that was my perfect opportunity. I didn't want to continue lying. He asked me directly, so I wanted to make sure that I told him the truth. I tried to tell him the whole story in one night. He wasn't having it, so it took about 3 days for everything to finally unfold and for me to finally tell him, yes, it was about the same time period as when I got pregnant with my son.
Why wouldn't you tell me before?
You're right, I should have told you sooner. I should have told you sooner.
What he's named after, who he's named after.
I should have told you from day one. You're right, I should have, but I was really scared.
That's kind of
I
disrespectful
was scared of losing
to my
you.
whole
I was scared
family
of
at the
losing my
same time.
family.
I mean, that's a family name that he's got.
I was afraid of losing my family if I told you. My plan was to honestly never tell you, but I couldn't deal with it.
I couldn't. How can you not tell somebody like?
I couldn't deal with it. My conscience wouldn't let me.
Is that fair to him?
No, you're right, and that's why I'm here today.
But when it comes to another person's life, knowing what I've been through before, I always thought you would be the one girl that wouldn't do that to me. Now that you did it, What
I'm
else?
sorry.
What else can
I've said
I
I'm
believe?
sorry a million times. I have said I'm sorry. And I can't say it enough. I just want to prove
Well,
my
the biggest
point. I
sorry
want to
we'll
prove
find out
my
today is if it's right, that's the biggest sorry you can ever tell me.
Yep, that's why I'm here.
Mr. Pierce, Ms. Covell, I want to understand the timeline, okay?
Yes, Your Honor.
So, and I hate to bring up painful memories, but that's how we get to the truth. Little Julian, when was he born?
May 13th.
May 13th. So this is here. Explain to the court about when you had that moment where you fell short and cheated.
It was in September. I don't remember the exact date. I had just lost a baby.
Early September, middle September?
It was early September.
All right.
I
Well,
thought it was in August.
I told you beginning of September.
did you say the end of August, beginning of September?
Somewhere around that.
Okay,
time.
that could take us back in here.
Okay.
So you cheated right around here. If you count the months, that's looking like the window of conception.
Yes, Your Honor.
If you want more episodes of Paternity Court, make sure to subscribe and click on the notification bell. I mean, it seems like you both love each other deeply. How did you end up in the arms of another man?
After I lost that baby, he was very supportive on and off while I was in the hospital. I didn't feel like
I
he
was there.
I didn't feel like he was there for me. You say you were there. You might have been there physically, but not emotionally.
You know.
You were not there. And the other guy was asking me, are you okay? Have you, we miss you at work. I felt emotionally like he was more there for me. And when we hung out the one time, just one thing led to another. And it got to be.
How do we know that's the only time, though? Can anybody just say any couple words and make you feel good?
Go ahead and take the lie detector test. It was only one-time thing.
And I want a lie detector test. I mean, even after the baby, if he does prove to be mine, how do I know that it's not happened any other time? I mean, you're the queen of being late. You always,
Okay.
you work 5 minutes away from home, and every day there's something. Oh, I had to take this person home. Oh, well, I had to stay and finish this. Oh, we got busy, I had to do this.
I do my job.
Okay,
I make sure that my work
how am I
is
supposed
done.
to
I
think when
stay
you're
there.
5 minutes away and every day you come home at a different time and you cheated with one of your ex-coworkers? How am I not to think that time that you're coming or working?
Do I not ever bring time punch slips home? If you
Not
ever
all
have
the
a
time.
question,
I mean, I don't
especially
want
since
the
this,
time
because I
slips.
understand.
That's not. I shouldn't have to feel that way. I shouldn't have to feel like I have to.
You're
see
right.
A time slip. To,
You're right. You shouldn't.
Mr. Pierce.
Like I said, I messed up one time and I've paid for it every day of my life since.
So, Mr. Pierce, basically, this mistake has not only led you to question Julian's paternity, but also to question your entire relationship.
Correct, Your Honor. 'Cause
Meaning,
I always thought that, she was the good girl. She was never going to do this to me, knowing what happened. And once that happened, what else can I really believe? That was the worst thing that could happen to
therefore,
me.
in addition to the DNA test you request today, you're also requesting a lie detector test.
Correct, Your Honor.
We have, in fact, administered that test, and the results will be revealed shortly. You have this beautiful baby. When you look at this child, what are you thinking?
Every time I look at him, it kills me. I want to show you a couple pictures here, Your Honor, that I brought for evidence.
I'd like to see that. Jerome, will you hand it to me,
First
please?
off, this is my baby picture. Then this is Julian's baby picture.
Okay.
And I've cropped them here together, and you can see them side by side. Like every time I look at them, how can I
You're
not
right,
see?
though. He doesn't look like you. He looks identical to me. And my
I
baby
understand that,
picture.
and I don't want to take it out on him, but
So,
with
Mr.
it not
Pierce,
being 100, how can I not? Every
This
time
is
I
a
look at him.
picture of,
That was me at about 6 months old.
all right, so we're looking at you at about 6 months.
Correct.
And then now,
You can see the complexion, the dark hair. I mean,
this next photo is
Julian. And you
at
see
6
it's
months.
blonde as can be. My daughter, I'm only half Mexican, but my daughter, you could still see all the Mexican in her. She's got dark hair. Yeah, she's got blue eyes, but she's got the dark hair. She's got the complexion, you know what I'm saying? Everything's right. The man she cheated with was white. That looks
Yes.
completely like a white baby. I mean,
That's
there's
what I was about
no-
to ask you. What does the gentleman you cheated with look like?
He is white. He is white. He does have blonde hair. But blonde hair also runs in both sides of our family.
He looks nothing like me, and I'm not saying he's not mine, but how can I not think that every time I look at him, I don't see me?
So now, what's your relationship been like since all of this has transpired?
It's not there. It's just been going downhill ever since this has happened. We bicker and fight all the time, and just now it's
And so
just
this
went all
marriage
down.
ultimately is in jeopardy because of this situation.
Correct. I've took back the ring and everything just because I can't do it. I mean, if the results come back that he's not mine, I don't think we can save the relationship, period.
So the stakes are very high. Ms. Covell, how has Mr. Pierce acted towards Julian?
Life has turned upside down completely. Throughout the day, he tries to be a good dad. He tries to play with them. I'm not even allowed to work third shift anymore because when he wakes up in the middle of the night, Aylin doesn't want to.
That's not completely why. Third shift, I mean, we've already said, I've worked the third shift at her work. I know that you can sneak off, do whatever.
You have told me it's
Very
because of a
laid back.
personal level that you cannot watch Julian. If I work third shift, you don't have a problem as long as I have a sitter for Julian. He has his older sister that plays with him and keeps him occupied. Aylin does not want to look Julian in the eyes. That's what it comes down
I
to.
spend every day with him.
You don't like to look at him in the eyes. That's
Is
what
it that
hates you.
painful, Mr. Pierce?
Yes, you know, and every time I look at him, it's a reminder, you know, I want to be able to look at him and see me, not see a question mark.
It's a beautiful thing to know that this matters so much to you as a man, as a father.
I don't want to be a bad dad. It's just, you know, I realize I'm affecting him by not developing that more personal bond, but sometimes you got to be greedy and think about how can I be happy knowing that and feeling that way to be happy for my daughter. You got to be happy with yourself to be happy for your kids.
And so in those moments where maybe you're pulling away, my concern is maybe he feels that pull.
And I don't want him to feel that. I don't want to take it out on him. He's never done nothing. It's not his fault. I mean, that's
Your
the
Honor.
worst thing that can happen.
I'm not the girl that he really now believes that I am and thinks that I am. I'm not that girl.
Listen, everything that's happened in the past or thus far obviously hasn't solved the problem. Because you're here today.
Yes.
Correct.
I have the results for you, the lie detector results and the paternity results. I'd like to get the paternity results first. Jerome? These results were prepared by DNA Diagnostics, and they read as follows. In the case of Pierce versus Covell, pertaining to 1-year-old Julian Pierce. Do you want to watch Paternity Court on TV? Go to paternitycourt.tv to find your local listings. It has been determined by this court, Mr. Pierce, you are Julian's father. Great news, right?
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're so welcome.
I'm sorry. I really
Sorry,
am
too.
sorry for putting you through all that.
I'm sorry too, and hopefully we can just move on from here and build back to what we had and what we can have.
I also have the lie detector results. Because your concern was that this was not just a one-time thing, that potentially there were more lies, or instances of cheating, and at this point, this has warped your sense of security in the relationship.
Correct, Your Honor.
Are you sure you'd like to hear the results?
Might as well not go back with no regret.
All right.
Yep.
Ms. Covell met with a licensed polygraph expert, and she was asked, Ms. Covell, Have you had sexual relationships more than once with the man you cheated with? You said no. The lie detector determined that was the truth. Ms. Covell, you were asked if during your relationship with Mr. Pierce, had you had sexual relations with any other man besides the one you admitted to? You said no. The lie detector determined that was the truth.
I love you. I love you too. Sorry. Can I go get my son, please?
You absolutely can. I'd like to say to you both, I'm so happy that I was able to deliver the news that you both wanted. And I hope these questions, having these questions answered, Mr. Pierce, will help both of you repair your relationship and move forward for the sake of your family. You have a beautiful little boy. I wish you the very best of luck. Court is adjourned.
I'm just so happy that we could finally get through this, even though he don't look like me. I mean, he still looks like his beautiful mom. So I get to see that every day.
I'm just glad there's no more question, no more anything. That you should be able to look at him, play with him, hold him, do everything like a normal dad, just like you did for Kai.
It will.